To meet with each other and really get a sense of celebration about what's going on in Waterford. Community education is, it doesn't just benefit the individual, it doesn't just benefit that group, the community benefits as well, and that was a great reminder of that.
Good morning everybody, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here with you this morning to the launch of a new report called Building on the Strengths. It was commissioned by the Waterford City VEC, and the VEC has established a significant role for community education in building strong, resilient communities. We also need communities with the confidence to engage with the structures that impact on their lives. The origins of community education can be found in the original Green Paper on Lifelong Learning in 1998, which described community education as an agent of social change.
I was just sitting there listening to the Ballydeck singers, and it's probably one of the better Monday mornings I've had, certainly in the last few weeks. Fantastic to think that we're here celebrating something, whereas in fact there seems to be a lot of negative news in Waterford City. So on a Monday morning like this, it's very heartening. The recommendations will need quite a lot of support, and I am saying as CEO of the VEC that I will try and provide the most supports that are required for those recommendations to be implemented. Now, someone's probably recording this, which I know down there, and then probably someday, in probably 2 years' time, say, do you remember where you said...
Like a lot of people in this room, I have a passion for community education. And I have that passion because I believe that it's possible for community education to play a big part in changing the world a bit better. And I know that this is true because I've seen it happen. We've learned here in Ireland through the turmoil of the last number of years that we need critical voices. We need our communities to be empowered to challenge the dominant thinking which led us all into this crisis. Community education has a significant part to play in developing the skills needed for this. Community education is different but complementary to education for certification and employment. And it is this difference that is more important than ever to protect.
Now coming to the really interesting part of the proceedings, to hear a couple of stories, I suppose. A feature about community education and community work. The thing they have in common is participation, being a participant. and that has real meaning. So I'd like to call on Tom Skelton first to talk about his involvement in the Shadow Puppet Theatre. Thank you, Tom.
I had plans made. I was going to get the best of films. I was going to watch them, and I was going to go for a little walk down the beach. I live out in Tremor, and I was even saying to the lads, I bought a special packet of Barry's tea for my 11s. I'd even have that, and it's on tea bags with the doors, the leaves. And I said, I'm going to have this cup of tea now at 11 o'clock. I'm going to watch my films, and I'm going to do this. I had it all planned out, and bought a new television, and everything was planned out. My daughter was going to get me the films on eBay. I love the old war films. I love the old cowboys, the good stories. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, those films are still in the plastic at home. I never got a chance. I tried out the bag of tea there only recently. Never got around to using it. I have a passion about everything I take on, and I still haven't learned the word no. Yeah, I do it. I do it. You know, and that passion, I see my brother down there, he has the very same passion for that. He has the same passion for what he does up in adult education. I was asked would I do an intergenerational project, and I hadn't a clue what it meant. But I went to the first meeting, and there was students there from the Mercy Convent. Now these were in transition year, and there was about 10 to 12 of people my age, over 60, there. We got together. Now, I don't know, but in every group I was ever involved in, I ever worked with, there was always, the first meeting was always to set guidelines. We won't call them rules, guidelines, and you go by the guidelines, and you can have a very successful group. And no matter what I'd done, there was guidelines. So I got involved with intergenerational. We met every Wednesday. We would sit down, talk. First of all, it was them, the students, and it was us, the adults. But that changed. That changed into a we. It was us. You know, we're doing this. We wrote, and out of that project came a book. And lucky enough, we were nominated for a book award in the country, and we got third. Now, that was a fantastic achievement. I consider me very, very lucky. And thanks very much.
I'd like to call on Anne Fitzgerald to talk about her experience.
This way of experiencing education for me really supported me in my life and supported a lot of women like me and a lot of people like me. And it is through this process of communication that I've learned lots of skills. I recognise this way of doing education can support people like me, and it is true that this process that I and other women have gained the skills to participate at all levels in our communities. And I recognise the importance of the inclusion of women like me. You know, women that wouldn't normally be able to stand up here, and I tell you, it's way outside my comfort zone to stand up. Happens and I had no say. But now I know that I can be involved and I can have more control in things that affect my life. And I'd like to give an example of that. Not so long ago, a small group just went to Dublin to meet a government official to talk about a negative issue that was affecting our organisation. And I know that that meeting with that government official made a difference. And it made a difference to our organisation, and we were able to come back with some good news. And that really opened my eyes. You know, to me, community education is of the community, it's for the community, and it's by the community. And as we said previously, the starting point is the real experiences of people like me, people that might have barriers to, you know, informal education or even psychological barriers, lack of confidence. So that is the starting point. And in any community, the quality of everybody's life is improved by a group of people getting together and changing their mindset for a better community for everybody. I am a product of community education that has enabled me to believe in myself. And I have first-hand experience that this way of experience education supports people, especially women in the community. So community education is unique, it's different, it works, and it has transformed my life. The little girl sitting at the back of the classroom and told she was stupid. I can look back on her now and say, you never were.
Based on what Helen, Tom and Anne actually said, I'm reminded that in many groups we start by hearing people say they should, the VC should do this, the corporation should do that. And then when a group is working together for a while and they start to trust and support each other and the guidelines are working, you'll start to hear we could, or maybe we should. And this is one of the moments of magic when a group can actually work together and put forward a proposal or a request for tutor hours, or even say we want more of this. And then the final stage in that magic process is when you hear members of that group saying, I can.
You might say, and I have heard it said, oh, look at those old ones and old fellas. What do they want education for? We do want it. We just say to the VEC, continue to facilitate us because we need you and you've made a huge difference to our lives. Thank you.
I'm very grateful to, I suppose, the community education part of the VEC that allows facilitators like myself to be as flexible and be creative. As we've been talking about, and he said, you know, you can lead a horse to water and you can make him drink, but you don't do any of that, really. You make me thirsty.